Hey, Craig Proctor System Nation, TW. Okay, check it out. I've got on my screen here the agenda for the Mega Systems for Market Shift Conference. And the reason I'm sending you this video is I want to draw your attention to something that I didn't know if you were aware of or not. Okay, so I want to make sure. But when you get to the meeting, and I'm assuming you're going to be there, and if not, I can't imagine why. I guess I should probably address that for a minute. Is that this is where the vast majority of Craig Proctor System Nation is going to be for 3 days. And the reason you come to the events is you can't duplicate them anywhere else. All right, let me give you an example. Let's say that you really like doing one-on-one meetings with your coach. Let's say you really like it. And did you know it would take 2 years? 2 years of one-on-one meetings with your coach to equal a 3-day event? That's right. If you spent 1 hour a month meeting with your mentor or coach, it would take 24 of those to equal the same amount of time of content that's being presented to you over the conference, because it's 3 days long. 3 times 8 is 24 hours. So you get it? So this is a 3-year learning process condensed into 3 days. So you can take 2 years to learn something, or you can learn it in 3 days. Which would you prefer? Right. So what I want you to do is to learn things faster so you can implement faster. So we've strategically designed this conference to do just that. For example, on day one, when you're sitting in your seat at 9 o'clock, and your seat's going to be there in that room, whether you're in it or not, it will still be sitting right there because we've already had to pre-plan it out 6 months or more in advance, right? So we're just making the assumption you're going to be in your seat, and it's going to be sitting there. All right. So when you show up at your seat at 9 o'clock on the first day, Craig's going to jump in, and he's going to basically talk to you about where you want to be. Okay, so here we are right now in the midst of this market shift going on, right? Okay, but it doesn't negate where you want to be in the future. So I want you to think right now about where you want to be. What do you want your personal life, your income life, and your business life to look like in the next 3 years, 3 to 5 years? Like, what does that business look like? How much money are you making? What is your future hopes and dreams? I want you to get that image in your mind for a moment. All right, now, this is what most real estate professionals don't do. They work from where they are. In other words, they look at their present situation and then they decide what to do and what not to do. No. Craig's going to flip this whole thing around for you. And we're going to start with where you most want to be. And then what you're going to do now is to achieve that. All right. And that is the easiest way to navigate through this shift in the marketplace. You cannot negate what you most want to achieve just because there's a market shift. All right. You've got to thrive through this shift, and thrive through this shift means getting really, really, really good on what that vision for your business looks like, what you most want it to be. We've got to get better at seeing that, gaining clarity around how it works and what we need to do to achieve it right now. And that's what we work on. Okay. All right. So we're not going to let our present circumstance dictate our future results. We're going to take what we want into the future, and that's what we're going to implement. All right. Got it. So Craig's going to start there the very first day. After lunch on the first day, I am going to begin to bring up some panelists, and I'm going to interview them on what's working right now in their business and what you should pay close attention to get implementing in yours. Here's why. The people I'm going to bring up on stage have navigated through financial turmoil and market shifts before. This ain't their first rodeo. So we've strategically designed this meeting, these 3 days, to highlight people in the Craig Proctor system that have gotten rich, super rich, through these downturns or these market shifts or these contractions and weird things that have happened before. We believe that's how you will learn. If they've doubled and tripled and quadrupled their businesses through these market shifts, what did they do? What parts of the Craig Proctor system did they implement that you need to pay close attention to, that you need to be working on as well? And that is what we're going to be doing the remainder of day one. And you can see it right there on the agenda. We're going to start with brand positioning. Your USP is your brand. Your brands are USP. Okay, and we're going to navigate to how you need to be working with buyers when interest rates are sky high, inflation's crazy. Okay, like what does that whole system look like? And so you can get that working as a system that's easily duplicatable so you can delegate that to your team members. All right. At the end of day one, we're going to get together for a cocktail party. I'm going to challenge you to meet some new people, share with them the issues that you're having in your business today, and then share with them the solutions that you've implemented to solve other issues that they may have. That's what will happen at that cocktail party. You can consider just the cocktail party its own little seminar that I can guarantee you. So if you like the concept of going up, your job is to show up. Now, I'm going to follow this video up with another video here in the near future, and I'm going to share with you a little bit more about what's going to happen on day 2. But to close this video out, on day 2, your team members, your agents, your OSAs and ISAs, if you have those, you bring them with you to this meeting. And Catherine Proctor, that's right, Catherine Proctor, Craig's better half, who ran his real estate company, who wrote the team system manual, is going to be leading these breakouts for your team members, your OSAs and your ISAs. Can you think of a better person to be working with your team members to better implement the Craig Proctor system as you want it? Right. All right. So here's what you do now. Just get to craigproctorcoaching.com, go to the schedule in the events tab, and RSVP right now. Like, don't hesitate to do that. Get it out of the way. Get your planning situated. We already have hundreds of Craig Proctor system people already registered for this. Hundreds. So this thing is going to be amazing event, probably the biggest, best, life-changing conference you've ever been to in the real estate industry, that I can guarantee you. All right. But you've got to be there. I'm going to. All right. I'll follow back with another video to to talk about the team member breakouts and how you can benefit from that, among other things, in another video. All right. Until then, if you haven't RSVP'd, get there now. CraigProctorCoaching.com. Schedule the events tab. Get your RSVP in. And hey, let's go make history together. What do you say? All right. Thanks a bunch for being a part of the Craig Proctor system. Go serve big. We'll see you.